And now it's time for our daily press review, and we are delighted to have our dear guest, Mrs Nafisa El Sabagh, the journalist, to shed light on the main banners of the headlines for the Egyptian dailies. Hello, Ms Nafisa, and thank you for joining us. And we read from El Masri El Yom, the new redrawing of the borders of the governorates after electing the new parliament. Administrative problems regarding transferring the administration of some cities, and Labib says that the work of the redrawing committee would take several months. Ms. Nafisa, of course, the issue of the redrawing of the borders of the governorates was one of the main plans offered by President Abdel Fattah el-Sisi. How do you see this, and how is it easy to do this with all the complications of this matter?
Actually, it's not a new point. Actually, it had been said that there is a real need for redrawing the governorate's borders almost maybe more than 10 years ago. So, but the new thing is that actually during the campaign of Mr. Sisi, during the electoral campaign, his campaign published the new
borders for the
suggested map, which would make some people not very comfortable, actually, such as South Governorate. But they were really disappointed at the first time when this map was published. But actually now, after this, the launch of the new canal
the Suez
project,
Canal development project, yes.
So it would be sort of compensation for them instead, because Cairo would be a stretch to reach.
Extended Cairo, they will have access to many cities and to the whole world, actually, after the establishment of such mega project.
Exactly, and also it will give a good opportunity to take care of the border cities, actually, especially, and Sinai.
Indeed.
So I hope the committee can come and take the good decisions, because changing the place of a city is not that easy.
Indeed.
So it must be a very wise decision at the final
Indeed.
point.
And we move on to the issue of the new Suez Canal project, and from El Masri El Yom we read, the government banks start setting the condition of the canal bonds. The head of the monetary supervising body says the Suez Canal cannot issue stocks, a meeting for the bonds of the banks that will participate with the investment bonds to set the condition and the timing of issuing them. The Ministry of Housing participates in the development of the Suez Canal with services projects worth £1 billion. The governor of Suez visits the site of the mega project with a youth delegation. And still with the same issue, we read from Al-Shuru newspaper. The Grand Imam of Al-Azhar visits the site of the Suez Canal project tomorrow, announcing the name of the coalition that won the mission of planning the Suez Canal access, which is Monday to Grand Imam Ahmad Al-Tayyib visits the new Suez Canal project, accompanied by a delegation from Al-Azhar. Al-Tayyib, along with the governor of Ismailiyah, meet with the workers at the site. Still discussing the issue of the Suez Canal project, we read from El-Yom Al-Sabah. Muhab Mamish rather says, announcing the name of the coalition which won the Suez Canal access project on Monday. The Grand Imam of Al-Azhar leads the workers in noon prayers. A delegation of sports figures to visit the site of the project on Monday. Of course, the project of the Suez Canal is a mega project which is a headline everywhere. Grand Imam of Al-Azhar did visit the site yesterday. Public figures are willing to visit the site as well, and today the Prime Minister is expected to announce the name of the alliances of companies which are going to work in this project. How do you see the development regarding this issue?
Actually, it's okay. What's more important about all these news is the part about the bonds.
Indeed, yes.
Because it's till now I have here two different stories about the bonds. Some of them said that the bonds would be dedicated for normal Egyptian citizens, not for citizens who can buy shares. But still, we have these questions. Who is going to have the right to get the bonds and who will be able to buy the shares? And how it's going to be divided in accordance with the law. How many percent of the ownership of the canal would be bonds, and how much would be as shares?
And the shares per person, to what extent the person can
exactly,
get bonds and shares as well?
Can get this. So it's a little bit still.
We need more
it's not very clear about what's going on. And still, I can understand because still the law has not been issued yet. At least we need to know the outlines of the law, what's being thought of during this era.
Yes. And what about the announcement which will take place today regarding the alliances of companies which will be working in the project?
Actually, to me also it's very important, but things are going on really fast. So I would like to hear that the name of the alliance, and at the same time I would like to be aware of why did they choose this alliance. So I need to know also the criteria based on which the coming alliance would be declared, was chosen based off. So things are going on very fast, and actually the public figures going to the site of the workers. It's nice, but still it's not. Maybe it's encouraging, maybe it's creating propaganda, but it's not real part of what would really happen on the ground. Still, when they come back, they do not declare, define precise information to the people. So let's say if Al-Azhar Sheikh was there and then came back with asking people to support the project and to invest in the project, and at the same time telling them how would they be able to participate and how much would they buy from the bonds and what benefits may come to them. All those public figures who go there come back and declare that this is a national project, this is a really important project to Egypt. Egypt is calling us. So it's really broad sentences, but not precise information. So if they come back with more precise information, it would be much better.
And back to El Masri El Yom, from where we read from page 3. Lifting the media ban in the case of espionage in which Mohammed Morsi is accused, El Biltagi requests carrying out a surgery, and the court postpones the case until the 14th of September. The Cairo Criminal Court adjourns the trial of Mohammed Morsi and 35 other Brotherhood defendants who are accused of spying for foreign organizations, disclosing national security secrets, as well as coordinating with terrorist organizations in Egypt and abroad, as well as plotting terrorist attack against Egyptian sites and plans inside Egypt. And a related headline comes from Shuru, page 1, and we read, lifting the media ban on publishing the news of the espionage case in which Mohammed Morsi is accused, and the defense of the deposed requests summoning of the Chief of the National Security and the Supreme Commander of Officer Mohammed Mabrouk. The court requests a report on the presidential mail, and today the court resumed listening to the testimonies in the jailbreak case, and the head of the illicit gain authority says, we are waiting for the investigations about Morsi, and the smuggled funds may exceed the amount of the frozen ones. again, the cases of trials of Mohammed Morsi, in many cases the espionage, and today we are going to witness the resumption of the trial of Mohammed Morsi also, and 131 other defendants in the case of the jailbreak. How do you see the decision of lifting the ban on the media concerning the case of espionage?
So actually, it's a 100% a judicial decision. It's for the judge to estimate which kind of information would be harmful to the case to be declared or to be published in the media, and which is not.
So do you believe that the court decision is related to the development of the case itself and the testimonies of the witnesses?
The kind of testimonies and the kind of information being said during the court. So it's the judge's estimation. Maybe after the court is the case is closed and we can go through the papers, we can say whether this decision was really important or not, because we are really wise or not, or the situation deserved it or not. But legally, it's 100% up to the judge.
Indeed.
And actually, it's also, he also would be more aware than anyone else of the effect of publishing some information on the public opinion or on the public. So maybe it hurts the defendant itself. It's not about also hurting the national security. Maybe it hurts the case.
Indeed.
So this is the major reason they decide to ban or not ban publishing in any case. But what's more important is that the procedures is going on very clearly in accordance with the Egyptian law.
Indeed, yes, of course.
So this is what would be worrying at some point if it is not going on this way. Regardless to whatever is being said by the prosecution and by the defendants themselves.
Yes, it's
so
normal.
as long as the procedure